Okay, in the previous lecture, we looked at a call option from the perspective of the buyer. Now we're going to go to the next slide and we're going to look at it from the perspective of the writer. Okay, so when we draw the payoff and profit for a call written, we rotated the graph on the axis. So instead of going out and going up from the buyer's perspective, the payoff and profit are going to be the opposite. So again, the solid blue line is the payoff for the call writer. So at what the call writer's hoping is the stock price is going to stay below 80 and they'll get to keep the premium. However, as the stock price goes up, their break-even point is going to be $94. That the difference, the $14 premium, plus the share price or the strike price of $80. So at a price of $94, they would break even. At any point above $94, they would begin to lose money. So again, if you think about it, if you can just rotate this from, if we had a call bought, it would just look like this. It would go along here and go up, and then again, recall that the profit would look something like this. Forgive me for my horrible lines, but again, all we're doing is rotating. So everything, if we go from a written call to a bought call, we just flip this over and this would go up. From a call bought to a written call, we flip it over and it goes down. So we're going to talk about a put here in a second, and the idea is the same. I'm not sure why, but the slides do not include a put from the writer's perspective, but I'll draw it in, and hopefully that'll show you what's going on. So this is a put option for a put option bought. So in this case, we got that same strike, and they don't give us the option premium, but the solid blue line is the payoff. So if the stock price is below $80, that put is in the money. The break-even point is right here. So this, whatever amount this would be, again, is not shown, but that would be the premium. So if this were from the writer's perspective, the payoff would look like this. Sorry, that should intersect at $80. And then the profit would look like this. So this and again, this distance would be the same if reflected by the price of the put or the premium for the put. So this slide, we're going to compare option investment to a stock investment. So we've got various strategies. We can invest here. We can invest entirely in stock, 100 shares, $90 each. Invest in everything in at the money options. So we buy 900 calls, each selling at $10. Then the last strategy, buy 100 calls for $1,000 and invest the remaining in 6-month treasury bills at 2%. So see the results of this. Here we've got strategy A. If we buy 100 shares of stock, So we started out at $90 per share. So our portfolio went, you know, at $85 we lose $500. At $95 we gain $500, and so on up the chart. If with our call options, the if the stock price doesn't go up, we're out. We're out every bit of our money. If the price goes up $5, we get half of it back. If price has to go up $10 for us to get it all back. So price has to go up over $10 for us to make a profit. And then the last strategy, 100 calls at eight plus investing $8,000 in T-bills. I don't really understand why they show this one, because the returns are you're out the cost of the calls. You earn interest on the 2% on the $8,000. So you still lose, even if the stock price goes up $5 and the returns are lower than just purchasing the stock. So it doesn't sound like a very smart investment. If we look down here at our actual rates of return, the buying 100 shares of stock, we would lose 5.56%. If the price goes down $5, gain 5.56 if the price goes up $5. Again, this if you go down and look at the options, I guess you could say the potential upside of the options is much greater, but it's greater at a much greater cost. So in order to make a profit, the share price has to go up more than $10. So investing in a stock is a much safer bet in this case. And again, I don't understand why they show this example with calls mixed with T-bills. It doesn't make any sense. The returns are lower across the board when compared with just buying the stock.